So the news has come out that the 2024 Autumn Internationals are going to be moving from Amazon Prime to TNT Sport. Is this a good thing for Welsh rugby? I'm not so sure. So it's important to say that Amazon didn't bid for this, so they obviously didn't want to carry on the subscription, so that was out of the question. Could it have gone back to terrestrial TV? Yes, but were they offering anywhere near the amount of money that TNT could offer? Undoubtedly no. So the WRU had sort of an awkward decision to make. The problem is, I mean, when it was Amazon, you could say, like, I didn't have Amazon Prime, but when the games went over to Amazon, it was like £8-9 a month to get your subscription, which is like, when you work it out, like £2 or £3 a game, which for that, you just say, yeah, fair enough, I'm willing to just do that. But TNT Sport is going to be £20 to £30 a month, depending on sort of what package you get and stuff like that. So when you're comparing it from like £2-3 a game to £10 a game, a lot of the casual viewers are just not going to bother, as well as going through the rigmarole of, you know, speaking to your TV provider and getting it put on, and then you'd have to get it taken off and stuff like that. That is going to be a pain. So I think a lot of people are just going to not bother, which is an issue to me. It is, I suppose, if it's going to go anywhere of these paid sport channels, TNT is probably the best. They already hold quite a lot of rugby on there. They have the Guinness Premiership and they have the European Games, so there's already sport on there. It was the one that was formerly BT Sport, so there's a lot of rugby on there already. So if you are a rugby fan and you get it for these, at least you'll have that as well. The issue is I think you're going to take a lot of eyeballs off these games. Now, as a personal story, the first time I really got into rugby, like, I'd watched it casually over my gramps' house. He's a big fan, but I never really got into it. But I remember watching in 2004 the autumn series where Wales played New Zealand and they lost by, I think it was 2 points or a point, and then they lost to South Africa by 2 points. It was very close. And then they whooped Japan, and that's what got me genuinely to go down my local rugby team and start training, because I watched that and it was so exciting, and you had players like Henson and Shane Williams and players like this, and that's what made me start watching rugby. And then I fell in love with rugby then in the next Six Nations, which we won the Grand Slam, so that was good timing really. But we're already struggling to get people to sign up and play rugby now, and then get people down filling the stadiums, and then you're taking big eyeballs away. And just because people don't watch the regional game, it doesn't mean they're not rugby fans. If they only want to watch Wales play, then, you know, that's fine. Like, but now these people are not even going to be watching the Wales games because they're not going to sign up for this. Like, it's as simple as that. It's important to say, though, that it could potentially be on S4C. There is apparently talks, though there is no deal at the moment, so we'll see. I don't want to say that it is going to be on there for certain, but they need, I think there's some sort of legislation where whoever owns the Welsh rugby games has to provide some Welsh language broadcast. So if they don't do it themselves like Amazon did, it'll be on S4C. Which, if that happens, then this is a pointless video, because at least then you can watch it. Even if you can't speak Welsh, you can watch it for free on anyone in Wales obviously has S4C, so you can watch it for free, and that's a good thing, because then it does bring eyeballs onto the game. But if that doesn't happen, then this is a little bit of a travesty. I mean, it's good in the short term for funds for the WRU, who have really struggled in recent times, but I mean, I don't know if I trust them still yet, and to do the right thing with those funds until they prove otherwise. Who knows? But I'm not too sure. I mean, this is obviously a pattern which is potentially worrying moving forward now. We've already heard a lot in the recent years about Six Nations not being one of those ring-fence thing that has to stay on terrestrial TV. Is this going to be like another like sort of litmus test where a sports channel provider brings the Welsh rugby to their channel to see if it's like more viable to bring the Six Nations? I'm not sure. That could be just a conspiracy theory. But my worry is, and the best comparison I can think of is cricket. cricket was gained a lot of exposure and stuff when it was on terrestrial TV in 2005 with the Ashes, which was really excited, and that's when I actually started watching cricket as well. And it was massive, and everyone was talking about it. And then the success went up, and then it just slowly, it was like a slow death now, where I don't watch cricket anymore. I don't really know anyone who does, and even with the Ashes on, people don't really sort of get as excited for it as they were back then. And I think it's just because there's no eyeballs on it. You don't see it, on a regular thing. It's not just easy, I'll just put the TV on. You have to physically go out and find it and like pay for it generally. So I think that's like a warning. I mean, we need money, so money's good, but I'm not 100% sure this is the right thing just for Welsh rugby and rugby in general going forward. Just you keep putting these things behind a paywall. The only way this can work is, and it never will because all these individual tournaments, but if they get one channel, say TNT Sport, and it showed all of the rugby that's on all the time, then you might get people who sign up for that. But again, it's probably just going to be the rugby fans, and the casual fans are not going to bother. So I don't know. I'd like to know what you guys think. Sorry about the poor setting. This is the only... I'm away for the rest of the week, so this is the only chance I'm going to be able to record this, and I wanted to speak to you guys about it. So let me know what you think. Subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.